Is this thing on? We're trying to record.
Hey, can you keep it in? All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, welcome back, guys. Episode 2 of Is This Thing On podcast. And as always, I'm here with my buddy Addison Allgood, the owner of the Shop Community Space here in Andrew, North Carolina. And if you don't know where it's at, you're probably about to hear some motorcycles because it's located right beside Nappertaney's. A lot of motorcycles come there to have lunch, and it's lunchtime at the recording of this episode. So this is going to be a fun one. Last episode, you got to hear a lot about me. Now we get to hear a lot about you. And I love talking about other people, hate talking about myself. I don't know too many people that really enjoy talking about themselves. So, first of all, let's just say, how you feeling today, man? Everything good? Saturday?
I'm feeling good. It is Saturday. Let's play some hot golf tomorrow.
Ooh.
Yeah, tee off at 11:30. I think I need to get one of them USB fans I can clip on my golf cart.
Tall Daddy's probably got one.
Yeah,
Got everything.
I do need that.
Or old dad.
He's got one.
To be comfortable anywhere at any time. Where'd you play, or where are you going to play?
I'm playing at Keith Hills. We've been playing it, bouncing back and forth at Reedy Creek, but Randy's got his membership, so we can save a couple bucks. But I do have a funny golf story.
Let's hear it.
So Thursday I went out, and my buddy Jeff usually plays with me. He's done a lot for me. I don't know if you've met him, but
I don't think so.
he's actually quite an asshole. I mean, he's like my favorite asshole. You know what I mean? That kind of friend.
Yep.
And I'm leaving at 7 o'clock. I'm worried that I got to be back to get Dad into bed. I see it. I got a text message on my phone. I throw my clubs in the truck, hop in the truck, and I'm tearing home. And I open my phone. No, I wasn't texting while driving.
There's the motorcycles, by the way, if you're just listening.
Yeah, if you're just listening. But I had one text message, and it was from Jeff. And it said, "You played golf without me, asshole." And so I had to write him back a message, and this is what I wrote him. And I'm going to do it in an accent because it doesn't feel right the way I wrote it.
I figured you would do it in an accent.
Dearest Jeffrey, our conversation yesterday led me to believe that your availability would be absent this glorious evening. However, you are sorely missed, as my companions this evening were Tina and Robbie. Tina, who regaled me with the tales of newly accepted certificate of gardening, and Robbie, at the towering height of 5'4", resident of the hills of Keith, who only quest in life is the collection of golf balls in modification to his noble steed, Golf Cart, who goes by the title of Spanky. You were missed, Jeffrey. The shooting of 49 on 9 was one of my highlights of my week, and your absence was filled with golf tips from people who have no reason to give me golf tips. And that's when he said, "LOL, you stupid." And then forgiveness I know may be lost in the distance of time eternal. My request for, I pray, will fall upon the softest threads of your iron that shrouds your heart. See you Sunday, bitch.
So I kind of know, is that a Chat GPT thing?
No, that was all me.
Okay.
I listened to too many science fiction novels when I was growing up.
So tell everybody who the accent is that you're doing, in case they don't know who you're talking about. What makes it?
I don't know. Was I ringing somebody? And I used to read these old fantasy novels when I was a kid, and
so yeah, I knew you were calling on somebody.
And there was this knight from one of these countries, and that country spoke like that. And it was actually a very hilarious book. It's actually very funny.
Have you always done impressions? These are my questions, by the way. We're going to get to our questions.
That's fine.
I'm only asking because it's coming up. And when I first met you, I saw you on social media doing some outlandish videos. I was like, is this dude this bored, or is he just having this much fun?
Well, that's part of my story. But I do enjoy imitations, stuff like that. I've always been really impressed with like the morning radio people who can do those voices. That kind of John Boy and Billy, if you know who that is. Anyway, sorry.
So your redneck impressions is where it started.
It started with rednecks, and then it went on from there.
Yeah. Got you. All right, cool. So like we said in episode 1, if you didn't watch episode 1, make sure you go check that out. But in episode 1, I mentioned that when I get my chance to interview you, so to speak, I want to ask you some questions. So some of these are going to be like this or that type questions, whatever, man, they're questions.
Yeah.
Who cares? You don't even know what they are. We didn't talk about these beforehand, so
no idea.
I have an idea. I know some of these, and there's not a lot because, again, we're going to keep this episode pretty short. All our episodes should be pretty short. So, ready?
Yeah.
Chevy hold on. That was a good place to stop, right? You're like, well, I already know what I'm going to say. Let me know in the comments, for those of y'all watching this episode, wherever you're watching that, whatever platform you're watching, let me know in the comments what your answers are for some of these, or if you agree or disagree with my man Addison.
Please.
All right, so.
Please, I'm down to fight.
Chevy, Ford, Dodge.
Chevy.
I figured. Mountains or beach?
Mountains.
Figured that too. Golf or work?
Golf.
Yeah, why did I put that on there right? ChatGPT did a terrible job with these questions. No, I'm kidding. Workout or drink a beer?
5 o'clock somewhere.
You can't say that. You just started your program. See, look, you're already slipping. You're like, I'm going to start my episode 1. Yep, we're going to go back, play that, drop that right here, episode 1.
Wait, speaking of the Herbalife thing, I got back on the plan today.
Ooh.
Yeah, so. No, I'm going to do steps. I'm going to get
Workouts in, drink a beer.
Yeah.
Let's see. An all good shake or a tea?
I'm on the teas.
Yeah, man. Teas are good.
The teas. I first started drinking them teas when I was in the body shop. Man, I was cranking cars out left and right when I first started this thing. You're like, no.
Come out looking like you worked in the coal mine. Here's a good one. A new tattoo or a new trunk part?
Ooh.
I thought that was a good one.
That is a good one. You know, if it was, 10 years ago, new tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
Now I need some.
Dude, that's hard, man. I'm like, I can care less about finishing any. I want to, right? I want, but I don't have a few thousand laying around to finish anything. So
yeah, truck parts.
Yeah, I got you on that one. Here's a cool question. Ashley came up with this question.
Okay.
So for those of you who don't know, the film this episode, Ashley's recovering from surgery. Yes. She's doing great. She's about 4 days out from surgery, post-op. She's doing great. She sends her love. So she came up with this question. One influential person, dead or alive, that you would have a meal with. Can't say your wife, because I thought he's going to say his wife, because she's awesome. We all know she's awesome.
She has made me who I am. Like,
of course. And we will get to that point.
We'll get to that another time. One alive or dead? Are we talking about famous or like?
Dude, anybody, if you could pick anybody.
To have dinner with.
Just to have a meal with, wherever, whenever, and just talk, ask them questions, or just be like, I had dinner with so-and-so. Whatever that would be.
Robin Williams.
Ooh. Unsuspected.
I love comedy. I love stand-up comedy, and
he's the king.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Rest in peace, brother.
Now we're all sad. Good answer, but
here's my idea for a fucking sport.
I can see why now. Thank you. All right, so we got that one out of the way. Everybody dry your tears. Favorite animal? What's favorite animal?
Favorite animal.
Really getting to know you, man, this episode.
I don't think I've got a favorite animal. Like, I mean, dogs are, okay, if I had to pick between dogs and cats, dogs.
Oh, for sure.
One day. I was actually kind of worried. You said you bought the litter box for that stray that came up to the porch. I was like, don't do it, man.
Oh, he's already been inside today. We've been feeding him, bringing him inside. Dude, I just do what I'm told. I'm told in the grocery list to pick up a litter box. I pick up a litter box. We never had a cat, so I'm like, there's a crate there, just plastic.
Yeah. If
looked at litter for way too long, trying to figure out which one to get.
I would have just bought a cat door.
Well, they all said multi-cat or something on it, and I was like, where's the single cat? We only got a single cat. All right, so here we go. Back to the questions. We'll finish up, keep moving on so we find out more about you. I like this question. This was kind of like mine. She helped me phrase it, whatever. But what would you be doing right now if money was not an option? Like not an objection. You didn't have to worry about money, didn't have any bills, or you had enough money to not even worry about any of that stuff. What would you be doing?
Honestly, I'd be traveling, and I don't know. I've always been impressed by different cultures and stuff like that, and like I want to see what they see. I want to do what they do. So if I didn't have to worry about any kind of money, and it was just me and Mindy, be traveling, playing golf.
Yeah,
peace.
Yeah, that's me and Ashley's plan. We want to just wait till the boys are gone. When they move on, they're minor adulthood, we'll call it, 18 years old, maybe move out of the house. We'll see what happens. We're gone. Leave Andrew's house as a home base and travel.
Well, you just rent them a room.
It's true.
You'd be like, all right, this much. Peace.
I shouldn't say on camera, but we charge them now. So.
Oh, nice.
All right, cool. So got those questions out of the way. You can breathe now. I know you're probably worried, like, what is this dude going to ask me?
I don't know. He brought him up last time, and I was like, oh, okay.
I should have prepared some questions.
I should have. I felt like a poor host.
But anyway, man, so tell me, tell the guests, tell everybody kind of like how you got to this point of having the shop. You know, formerly this space was basically only known as All Good and Healthy. Mm-hmm. And now slowly but surely, not that All Good and Healthy is fading out or going away. It's not going anywhere. But it's starting to be known as like the shop.
Yeah.
You know, the shop spot or whatever we were joking around with the other day. So kind of give us the Cliff Note version, kind of like I did of just how you got to this point, man.
So I got laid off 2019, and this is also kind of a those are how I got into marketing, and doing what we're doing here now. So laid off in 2019, 2020 signed up as a Herbalife distributor. Hang on, I need some of this tea.
Got to rehydrate. If you haven't heard already, go check out All Good and Healthy for their fresh teas or shakes.
And the tanning in the front room.
He doesn't charge me, so that's why I have to do this now.
LED tan. Okay, so signed up as a Herbalife distributor, figured I'd work from home, build a business. Mm-hmm. And then with my team, and they're like, hey, you know, we've always wanted a shop in Angier. I lived a mile away, or 8, but came here, and this whole strip down Broad Street was just dead, but I knew growth was coming this way, and I thought I had a brilliant idea of opening a shop because I already had a customer base in Lillington and Fuquay and Coates because I was surrounded by these shops, and I was like, I'm right in the middle.
Well, see, I think that's the hard part about a lot of those companies is you build a good business and clients, but they're nowhere near you. They're all over the country. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But having a local, I didn't realize that at first. I didn't know you already had like some local.
Yeah, and dude, and that's what threw me off so bad because we had our grand opening. Well, I mean, a shake's $8 or a tea's $8. Well, we did it. It was a $1,600 day. Yeah, so we had that $1,600 day. Went home Sunday, we closed Sunday. It was Lord's Day. Come back Monday, and we did $87.
That's kicking the pants.
And I started freaking out, and I was like, okay, we got to get some people in the door. And I know people are scared and COVID and everything, but a big thing that came up during COVID when nobody had anything to do was the TikToks and the Reels and stuff like that. So I started delving into that, and funny story, I thought I'd do this character called Conrad McClellan. Since everybody was watching the news, I figured I'd do an Irish news anchor. And so I did about 3 of those episodes, and then I'm out back one day pulling some stuff in from the truck, and this guy walks up and he goes, hey, what are you doing? And it turns out it was Robert, who owns Dapper Tandy's. I had met him like 5 years before.
I thought somebody was coming to get you.
Oh, yeah. I was like, oh,
they failed me.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like, okay, I better put this away. Conrad's dead now.
English to my respect.
He's dead to me, so. But just trying to get people to laugh, getting people in the door, it's just really opened my eyes to marketing and stuff like that. And now we're here.
Well, that's the thing, dude. You've always been, from the moment I've known you, like, I feel like the first time I met you, my first memory was like the Azalea Festival, I think it was. I think that was the event, because it seemed like it was, because there was a ton of tents that day from what I remember. And I think the whole event was right out front that day. It was like the first day I met Dale. I think you were like, you got to meet Dale.
The strolling and cruising.
That's what it was. Yep. Because that came out shot video for y'all.
Yeah.
And, you know, not sure how much you charged me or whatever. Just want to get a video done for this, for the spot, whatever. So that was my first.
He did the video for the 1-year anniversary, man.
You know.
We had the band in here, and they were
turnout.
They were cranking it.
Huge turnout. But yeah, I met Dale out of AV and all that. So it's like, to me, you've always been a people person. You've always been somebody that wants to make people laugh or wants to help. You know what I mean? Like you, Mindy, and you like to surround yourself with those people. I'm finding out. You know what I mean? I don't find out, like, hanging out with you that I'm meeting other people that, like, well, I like Addison, but I couldn't hang out with Addison and this person. I like Addison and Mindy, but I couldn't hang out with this person. You know what I mean? So that's a breath of fresh air, because the older we get in our age now, they're creeping up on 40. It's hard to find. No, it's not hard to find friends. It's hard to make friends.
Yeah.
At this age, you know what I mean? Because it's like you got kids that are all weird. Like people are just having kids, or people with their kids are about to be out of high school already at our age. So we're in this like weird spot of like finding people to hang out with that you know?
Yeah, and even between us, like my girl's done graduated and moved out the house. I'm a granddad now, 37 granddad.
Wow.
I am old. And then, but your boys still going, they're in both in middle school, right?
Mm-mm. No, not yet. We only got one. He'll go into middle school this coming year.
Okay. The 11.
Oh.
The 11.
Harness Central Middle. I went to Triton, so Harness Central's like our rival.
Okay.
I'm still going to wear my Triton baseball shirt, so anything Harness Central related, and root for him, of course.
Nice.
I'm wearing my Triton t-shirt, you know.
Nice.
But yeah, man, so that's cool. So you open up, all good. You're doing that. You know, you're not really getting the people coming in that you really wanted to, but things did pick up.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, you know what I mean? We're still here. So what is it like now? What is it like now compared to then? You know, kind of tell me a little bit about like why you decided to go into the shop space. Like, where did that thought come? Was that also another point, kind of like COVID was, where like I need to figure out something else?
Yeah. If you and like I said, the stuff, the shakes, the teas, they're great. I still use them. Like I said, I'm back on the plan. It's good stuff. But if you look at the numbers from Herbalife, it comes in waves.
Or fitness, anything.
Fitness, anything. It comes in waves. And, you know, everybody's worried about getting sick. Oh, we better get healthy, blah, blah, blah.
Business is booming.
Business is great. And now...
Worry about the election, not our health, okay? We don't care about your healthy shakes right now.
That's right.
I got to vote.
But, and I had... Well, we got, what's that, 600 square feet in there, maybe, for the bar and the shakes and the sink. Well, this is a 2,200 square foot building, and so I got to make use of it somehow. We did the open mic nights and stuff, and that was always fun.
Yeah.
But that's a lot.
Yeah, it is. That was fun. I loved coming in here. That was cool. I was sad when it ended, but I understood from a business side why.
We might have to do a comeback or something, you know, open mic night, podcast finale or something. Yeah. That'd be cool.
That would be cool. I like that idea. Let's keep that one going.
All right. So just decided
maybe you had the extra space and you're like, well,
had the extra space.
I got an idea. We can do this. Because I've been seeing it all over the internet popping up. Like I've seen different ads for community spaces or are you looking for this? And I'm always knowing they were out there. And I knew people open just podcast studios because I'm connected in my mutual network of creators to know people who have very successful, like multi-million-dollar facilities. Well, not facilities, but are making a lot of money from it. And they're doing it on a big scale. So when I saw this space, I was like, oh, dude, this front space just initially would be like a great little studio, podcast studio, because you got the light. It'd be hard to video that way, but it brings in a lot of natural light. The viewers get to see, or the guests on your show get to see people coming through downtown. Guests can hang out. Actually, we got 2 guests today. We got Clayton in here helping us out, shoot the video. He's one that helps me out with Grow Media Solutions a lot. He's got his own thing going too. With his fiance in the building.
It's fiance, all right.
Love it. So, he's joined the almost fully married team. He's getting there. I'm excited for him. He does a lot of good stuff for me, too. And we mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned him specifically in the first episode or not. I can't remember. But he's one of the ones I was talking about like having other people with you that are doing what they say they want to do. Like, I want to do this. I'm already doing it, but I'd like to be doing more of it. And then you partner up with those people. And then I get a gig, he gets a gig, we collaborate, however that works out, and you just keep growing it because I can't handle all the work, you know what I mean? And I'm going to have more work coming in because it's more money, it's more business, it's more exposure, experience. But I can't do more than I'm doing right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and join the collective. Clayton over there, so I guess I said something right. So you have all this extra space. You decide that you're going to do. I'm going to have this back here. I am going to do the studio up there. You decide, all right, cool. Me and Jake are going to run on this thing. What's your vision for it? I don't think I've ever asked you that. And I'm a big, like what's the long-term goal? You know what I mean? Even if it changes a million times or whatever, but like initially, what was your initial thought when you first started? Because you did all this. Like, let's just be honest. I didn't have anything to do with any of the construction. I didn't make it look pretty on camera.
That's right.
He did everything.
UHD.
Yeah, he did all this. So, like, from the point you started until literally sitting in the spot right now and watching one of our episodes already being done, do you think you hit the mark of what you wanted to do? Did you exceed, like, your expectations, what you thought it might be? Are you happy with it?
I'm happy with it. Am I happy with? Am I done yet? No.
Oh, of course not.
But we're getting more members every day. Hopefully, Causer Photography will be joining us soon. Well, is that your LLC? What is your LLC? C3 Productions. C3P. Is that a Star Wars reference? Okay, sorry.
So it'd be crazy if it was, because I'd be like, I'm out. I don't know.
Dude, that should be your mascot on your logo. C3PO.
Don't do that. Don't listen to him.
You get a whole different range of clientele. I said I ran for town a couple years ago. This is not a political thing, but with the growth that's coming this way, I wanted to get more business here. Because it doesn't matter how many houses you build, if there ain't businesses to support them, you're just going to be a commuting station.
Yep.
So, but one thing I find would be really cool is if we can grow this, get it more profitable, and then expand. So right next to us is the smoke shop. Well, right next to that is a building that's been empty for the past 4 years. And I can put a door in that wall, spread and expand, have more space for people, and then maybe one day when the smoke shop leases up, I can take that over and really take it over, but expand. I want to turn. I'd love to turn Andrew into the small business center of Harnett County.
For sure.
And I would love to do the advertising for every single one of you.
No, and seriously, why outsource anything to a big company or anything like that when you have local creators, a local studio? You literally have everything you need right here. And it's nice because all the local creators I've been privy to and been able to meet and blessed to meet so far work together just fine. There's some creators out there and there's some business owners out there that see what you're doing. They might have another community space and be like, ooh, that's competition. But again, we said in episode 1, and we'll keep standing over, like, there is no competition. There's enough work for everybody. There's enough there's enough people and growth for a community spot here, a community spot in that, like community spot in every single town. Like, you're not going to offend me if you start popping up community spots, because you're not going to be able to do what we do, and we don't want to do what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, we like what we're doing, and we're going to keep doing it and grow it and expand it, like you said, because you want to make it fun for people to come in. They can grab a drink if they want to, but maybe they're not coming in just for that. They can come in just to work and grab a drink, or they can come in and just use the creative spaces for their business.
But the main part is come in and feel comfortable.
Right. Everybody.
Come on in. Like, this is like, hey, I'm going to ask you about your mama because you were talking, she was sick last week. Like, I'm sure, I know there will be some that are like, hey, I'm just here to work and
head down, let me get my stuff done.
Yeah. And I understand that. That's fine. But, if you come out and I ask you a few things, and
be free.
just talk, let me know. Just be like, I'm just here to work. But then that's fine. That's fine. But I don't know. I like community. I like people working together, and I like this silly little town of Andrew, man.
No, dude, it's wild. Right?
It is.
I never would have thought I'd be living in Andrew, growing up in this area. Because I didn't say it in the first episode, I grew up in Dunn, so like, born and raised there before I joined the Army. But it was like riding through Andrew as a teenager. You couldn't, dude. I would have never wanted to move here one stoplight.
No,
never. And now I'm like, I'm glad I moved back here to raise my kids. Like, it's nice. It's nice, man. All the families here and stuff like that. And I think, like you said, the growth that's happening here, you saw it well before we did because we weren't here yet. But I think we got back here around the same time. Y'all were kind of getting established and stuff. And seeing the growth and seeing your vision for what you're doing with the shop and my vision for wanting to shoot video for businesses and knocking on their doors and trying to get them to promote themselves better and like, hey, I can do it for you, and it'll look like these bigger places that you're already reaching out to on Google. You know what I mean? And so being able to partner with you and have this, I feel like we're onto something. We're going to hit it all right off the bat, maybe, or, hit it out the park right off the bat, maybe not.
Yeah.
But I'm just having fun doing it. Because after last episode, I was like, dude, that was so much fun. Let's keep it going.
Oh, and the editing is what I love doing about it too, is just because it's also kind of, you feel like you're kind of sneaky, like something that nobody else knows at the same time.
Yes. We did it better with video because you had a lot of stuff in the video editing. Nobody knows, like 4 layers down, So, well, cool. I think that's a good way to end it, unless you got anything else that we missed that you want to share with the people about yourself.
No, I don't think so.
You hit everything?
I think so.
All right. This one was fun, man. Thank all of y'all for watching again for episode 2 of Is This Thing On podcast. And who knows what we'll be talking about in the next episode.
That's right. And this is Addison and Jake coming to you from the shop community space. And this is why this thing is on. This is why this thing is on.
I figured out the outro yet, because when you did it in the first episode, I listened to it. Dude, it's hilarious and terrible at the same time. So, all right. That's it. Y'all have fun.